and learn more about living longer and better.
Now, it's time to talk on Teleforum on Beaver County Radio. 1230 WBVP, 1460 WMBA, 99.3 FM, and beavercountyradio.com. And now, here is the host of the show, Eddie Crow.
I'm going to come right out and say this now. Because of what my job is, I interact with a lot of county officials, state officials, things like that. Okay? I'm trying to think of somebody that I have more fun goofing off with than my next guest, my first guest. The treasurer of Beaver County, Sandy Egley, joins me. How you doing this morning? We have so much fun until we sit down and talk about serious stuff.
We do.
We're childish.
We
I want that.
I
want that in a... You should represent your constituency, right?
I do. And I take that very, very seriously.
I know
but
you do.
When you and I go get a cup of coffee, I mean, it turns into chaos back there. So
I offered you the foofy flavored coffee.
I don't do that.
And your response was bleh.
I don't do that.
And that makes me like you even more. Sandy Egley is my guest. She is the treasurer for Beaver County. She's got her cup of coffee, so we're ready to go.
We're rocking.
All right. First things first, I'm going to ask you about what happened with the hunting, but that's in a minute. First things first, one of the things that's near and dear to my heart, animals. I want to. What? Why is that funny? What's funny about that?
I was wondering what was going to come out of your mouth. Animals. If you follow me on Facebook, you know that is the same sentiment that I have. Mm-hmm. Animals. I currently have a foster kitten at my house that I'm bottle feeding. He just started eating regular food now.
I believe on social media you said he's now figured out where the litter box is.
Yes.
That's good. Has your husband figured that out?
No.
Okay.
I have 2 boys in my house.
Oh, Lord.
Yes. Yeah. So,
all right.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about dog licenses, I believe.
It's automatic now. Isn't it? If you adopt from Beaver County Humane Society, part of the fee, you're going to get a dog license. You have to.
Yes.
Was that your doing?
No, that's the
them?
state. The state.
Okay.
The state mandates all of that. It's a state-run program, dog license.
Mm-hmm.
I am an agent of the state, which means that I sell dog licenses out of my office, and I can also authorize a satellite office for the Humane Society, so that when somebody adopts a new puppy or dog, that they have to have a dog license before they leave the building. And I believe that is an excellent idea, because when you adopt a dog, they're not familiar with your yard, and they are the ones that will bolt the fastest. So having a dog license, one of the reasons to have a dog license is to make sure that your pet gets back to you as quickly as it can. And having that number on there, they can always call my office, and when my office is closed, you can be redirected to the 911 non-emergency.
Okay.
So that they can look it up. And I've given them authorization to see my online dog licenses, so they can look up who that dog belongs to and get that dog back to the owner.
Why does that fall under the auspices of the Treasurer's Department?
That is magic.
Okay. Yeah. Is it something that you decided, or is it something the state said, that you guys are going to do this too?
Yes. The state decided to form this whole department, and then they authorized the treasurer's office to be an agent of the state. So we do dog license, hunting, fishing, and small games of chance, and bingo.
Wait, back up. What is a small game of chance?
Pull tabs, 50-50, things like that.
How is that not gambling?
It is not gambling, because it is a game of chance under the law has to be under $2,500 for winning. So they mandate it.
Okay.
It's their rules.
Is that the same group of people that are in charge? When I go to Shop and Save in Ambridge, walk into the lobby before you go into the store, there is a game of chance sitting there. There is never an empty chair.
That's mechanical.
Okay.
A game of chance is you put a number into a hat and somebody draws it.
It's a
and
raffle.
It's a raffle.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the machines are different.
Machines are different.
How long have you been treasurer?
4 years.
How much different is it now than it was 4 years ago? Because I hear a lot of the state told me to do this and the state says we're now doing that. Is it different?
Well, it's going to become very different in the next 6 months. There is a bill that is in the House and Senate that is looking to be passed to increase dog licenses, the price of dog licenses. And it's going to be a step pattern effect that will be increasing.
Back up. I don't know what any of that is. What is a step ladder? What is?
So you're going to pay
by the pound for the dog?
That's an excellent idea.
No, it's not. I like big dogs. I don't want to stick big dog owners. Well, it's my fault. I got a Chihuahua and you got a Doberman. No.
So this year you're going to pay this amount. Next year you're going to pay this amount. The following year you're going to pay this. So they're going to step that price increase until they get to $10.
Where does that money go?
The money used for dog licenses go to review all of the kennels that are in Pennsylvania. So there's a dog warden that goes out and inspects over 2,500 kennels. They track vicious and dangerous dogs. They pay for the dog wardens that go to the dog parks, make sure that everybody is licensed. It goes to humane societies to house the stray pets, and it goes to those dog wardens so that they can be available on call 24 hours a day.
Do you know how many dog wardens there are? Is there one per county, or is it a region?
They have regions,
do they?
Districts. Yeah, they do. We have two here. We have a director and then a dog warden that covers, I believe, 3 counties: Butler, Beaver, and I forget that Lawrence.
Okay. Sandy Egley is my guest. She is the Beaver County Treasurer. That sounds like an inordinate amount of time for one project for you. Is it? Or is it just one more thing on the stack?
It's one more thing.
All right.
It's one more thing. Yeah.
How many jobs are there on a typical day?
Jobs? And
a to-do list. When you came in yesterday morning.
I have pages of projects that I want to get done. The dog licenses, I'm making sure that our online system, because when I came into the office, you could not purchase a dog license online. So you had to come either into the office or you had to rely on the mail. So the previous treasurer, you would say, "Can I have a dog license?" I'll mail you an application, then you mail it back to me. So I put a dog license. You can purchase a dog license online now from the convenience of your home and use a credit card. There is a fee that the third party does charge, but the convenience of it is far outweighs that.
All right, what you just said reminded me. You remember when we went through, when COVID started, everybody went on the unemployment software and none of it worked?
Right.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being completely up to date, 1 being the Flintstones, where is Pennsylvania in terms of accessibility through technology?
Through the state?
The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
Okay.
when you're talking, because what you're talking about makes perfect sense. I would have assumed that had been in place for years because the internet's been around for years.
Well, in Beaver County, so I sell on a typical year about 14,000 dog licenses.
Oh, dear goodness.
So about half of that, those people buy online. About half. Now, I do a lot of community outreach programs. Like a couple weeks ago, I was at my office was at the Tri-State Pet Expo that happened at the Beaver Valley Mall.
I saw the post from that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of outreach programs where I'm accessible in the mall, at feed stores. I've been at Royal King, making dog licenses available to people. So you can catch me at a lot of different places other than having to come to the courthouse. A lot of people are just not wanting to come into the courthouse. It's a maze.
They don't
It's
want the
hard.
hassle of it.
Right. You got to
Right.
go through security. It's a long walk, to get to the building. I get it. And that's why I have made a lot of things available online.
What do you tell people that say it's my dog, it don't need a license, I ain't driving it like a car?
Why?
I mean, you explained what if the dog gets loose, but there's more to it than that in there.
Well, you have to have a driver's license, so they're there too.
Well,
So
you're
the state-
supposed to.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, the state mandates, I agree with, smaller government. I do. So it's like a double-edged sword for me. I want smaller government, but, I do understand that the best way to get a pet back to the owner is to have a system like this. And, if you'd have a lot of stray dogs if that didn't happen, and humane societies would not have the funds that they need to house these animals and find them good homes.
This project is a little more personal to you than maybe some you think.
Well, only because I'm an animal lover, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the name of the foster kitten?
I don't name my foster
There
kittens.
you go.
That's the kitten.
Just the kitten.
Did you feed the kitten? Yeah. Where is that kitten? He's a sweetheart. I mean, he's cute. He's bad. Oh my gosh. Kittens are bad.
Right.
They're everywhere.
But they're cute when they're bad, and you
they're
go,
crazy.
"Oh, it's okay. I'll buy a new couch."
Yeah, exactly. I didn't need those curtains.
Sandy Egley is my guest. She's the treasurer for Beaver County. Talk about modernization. How much more modern is the treasurer's office than it was 4 years ago?
So when I came into office, we had 13 employees. We're down to 9. So modernization was a very high priority for me. I purchased a new Pitney Bowes folding, stuffing, sender-outer machine, which means...
Sender-outer machine?
That's technical. You wouldn't understand.
That is so over my head.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a large machine that's probably, larger than this table, that I do taxes and dog licenses with. So I can put in a sheet of paper, an envelope, and an inserter from the Humane Society and get out dog licenses, 15,000 of them, probably in 2 days. So it does the folding and all of that. Stuff it and seal it and send it out.
It does the sender-outer stuff too?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want to get one of those and have to come back later for the
Like I said,
attachment.
it's technical. The sender-outer machine.
Yeah, don't talk over my head. That's bad form. Sandy Egley, the Beaver County Treasurer, is my guest. More with, I'm going to name the kitten before the day's over, and you're going to be stuck with it. Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
That's after news.
Take a quick look around your home. Chances are you may find you have a collection of unwanted household chemical products such as paints, automotive fluids, cleaning products, and more. The Pennsylvania Resources Council and the Beaver County Recycling Center will once again provide residents with the opportunity to safely and properly dispose of these unwanted chemicals on Saturday, October 14th at Brady's Run Park Recycling Center. A $20 fee covers the cost of disposing up to 10 gallons or 50 pounds of chemicals. Advance registration is required. For a complete list of acceptable materials, visit prc.org or call PRC at 412-488-7490. Many chemical products, including paints, solvents, fluids, pesticides, insecticides, and cleaners used to maintain our homes, gardens, and vehicles, also present hazards to people and animals and require special methods for safe disposal. So gather all your unwanted products and bring them to Brady's Run Park Recycling Center on Saturday, October 14th. Do the right thing and dispose of them the right way.
Oh my goodness, Amy, it's so good to see you.
Jennifer, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Is your mom doing any better?
Thank you for asking. I don't know if I can answer without being emotional. I'm sorry. I'm just tired and worried. I can't always be there for her, and it's so stressful.
I really understand. That's how I was with my dad. I'd recommend calling St. Barnabas. We did. We started with just having them come in for home care. He was so excited to see them show up. And when he needed more, we were able to move him in at Beaver Meadows, where he still has his own home-like space and excellent care.
Thanks for telling me that. I don't even know how to start, but I have to do something.
Oh, you can just give St. Barnabas a call. They have directors that can explain how it all works. Trust me, you'll feel so much better, and so will your mom.
I'm so glad I ran into you.
Visit stbarnabashealthsystem.com or call 724-443-0700 for care apart from the ordinary.
Tune into the Coach's Corner on Beaver County Radio every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 p.m. You can tune in by turning your radio dial to Beaver County Radio or by clicking the audio streaming apps on your phone or computer. You can also watch the video stream of the show on Facebook Live or on our YouTube channel. The Coach's Corner is being brought to you by Keystone Wellness Program, Patriot Home Care, the Grand Valley Inn, the Community College of Beaver County, the Beaver County Career and Technical Center, Falcone's Moon Township Ford, the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, St. Barnabas Dental and Dr. Peter J. Montini, Goldberg, Persky and White, Friendly Federal Credit Union, the J&J Spratt Funeral Home, Geneva College, Carver Construction, Freedom United Federal Credit Union, Electric Garage Door Sales in Monaca, Beaver County Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Nissan, McGee Heating and Air Conditioning, Fisher's New Brighton Foodland, and Beaver County Radio.
Hi, this is Tom Young from First Consultants, Inc. Have you ever heard the phrase, you can't take it with you when you die? Of course you have. Believe it or not, nothing can be further from the truth. Everyone has economic human life value. That value based on what we do and what we earn annually for a lifetime. We all know that the next generations of our family are going to need a tremendous amount of money to circumvent the government and the problems that they have left us for our future. Life insurance creates this money for pennies. Many times it can be created with no additional out-of-pocket cost. You see, you do take it with you. You take it away from the future generations of your family. Give us a call at 724-728-6820 for a complimentary 45-minute discussion, or visit our website, firstconsultantsinc.com, or tune into our monthly multimedia simulcast and Facebook live stream video on the third Tuesday of each month from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m.
All advisory services are offered through PL Wealth, LLC. PL Wealth is a federally registered investment advisor. PL Wealth is no way affiliated with First Consultants, Inc., nor is First Consultants, Inc. a registered investment advisor. Hey, Peanuts! Tune in every Wednesday night from 4 until 6 p.m. for the Hey Peanut Sports Show. Just like the Peanut Guy has his opinion, so do hosts Scott Kincaid and Brian Pasquale. The pair will discuss what's going on in sports both locally and nationally, and they'll also take your phone calls. So tune in this and every Wednesday night from 4 to 6 p.m. for the Hey Peanut Sports Show right here on Beaver County Radio. 95.7 FM, 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and 1460 WMBA.
It's always the right time to shop the Hopewell Shopping Center, no matter what the season, no matter what the reason. It's truly your neighborhood shopping place with such a large variety of businesses that offer food, shopping, fine dining and quick serving restaurants, personal services, and recreation. The Hopewell Shopping Center will be your one stop for everything you need whenever you need it. Just click on beavercountyradio.com, the Hopewell Shopping Center merchant directory, for a complete look of merchants today, and get shopping at your neighborhood shopping place, the Hopewell Shopping Center.
Beaver County Radio's news source, 95.7 and 99.3 FM, along with 1230 WBVP, 1460 WMBA, and streaming at beavercountyradio.com. Here's Curtis Walsh.
Good morning. We can expect mostly sunny skies today with a high near 61 degrees. We'll have a complete Beaver County radio weather forecast after this look at news. A volunteer firefighter was killed in an ATV crash in Beaver Falls over the weekend. The crash was said to have happened just before midnight Saturday at 24th Street and 8th Avenue. Beaver County Coroner David Gabauer identified the ATV rider as Cody Vorderbruggen, age 30, of Beaver Falls. A car was also involved in the collision. His death was ruled accidental. The Beaver County Focus Comprehensive Plan Steering Committee is encouraging residents, business owners, and the larger community to take the community survey this fall. Participation will help to identify priorities for Beaver County's infrastructure, community amenities, economic development, and recreational facilities. The comprehensive plan, called Beaver County Focus, is a planning initiative that takes place at the county level every 10 to 15 years. Community input is a critical component of the plan, and residents, business owners, and larger community are encouraged to participate through the survey. The survey asks residents about their priorities, what they would like to see in Beaver County, and how the county can better serve their specific needs. It has been designed to be quick and easy to fill out, taking around 10 to 15 minutes to complete. Gas prices are 2 cents lower in Western PA this week at $3.90 per gallon, according to AAA East Central's gas price report. The average price for a gallon of gas here in Beaver County is currently $3.93. Fall leaves on the lawn might seem like a nuisance, but they actually play an important role for the environment. Danielle Smith has the details.
A new survey from the National Wildlife Federation reveals most people know that leaf layers provide a home to moths and insects, which birds need to survive, and yet they continue to bag them up and send them to a landfill. Tim Eiffel with the Pennsylvania Horticulture Society says trees are an essential part of the environment.
They're these living things that are used to this nutrient cycle where, in a forest setting, you can imagine they drop their leaves on the ground. Those leaves slowly decompose, return nutrients to the soil, and then the tree roots will take up those nutrients and use them to grow.
The Leave the Leaves survey found more than 70% of people know that fallen leaves and leaf layers are beneficial to wildlife, soil health, and biodiversity. But only 1 in 4 keeps their leaves on the lawn.
Authorities are seeking suspects in a shooting that killed 1 man and wounded 8 other people at a private party in a Pennsylvania community center. State police in Indiana County said 9 people between the ages of 18 and 23 were shot early Sunday at the Chevy Chase Community Center in White Township, Indiana County. More than 150 people were present. A 22-year-old Pittsburgh man died and 1 person was critically injured. Police said dozens of shots were fired and multiple firearms were recovered. Officials are tracking down the renter of the venue and the host, and $15,000 in reward money is being offered for information. The Powerball jackpot has climbed to an estimated $1.73 billion after no one matched the game's 6 numbers and won the giant prize. The winning numbers announced Monday were 16, 34, 46, 55, 67, and the Powerball 14. There has been no winner for 35 consecutive drawings. The scarcity of Powerball jackpot winners reflects the game's long odds of 1 in 292.2 million. The $1.73 billion prize is for a sole winner who is paid through an annuity with annual checks over 30 years. Most jackpot winners opt for the cash option, which for the next drawing on Wednesday would be an estimated $756.6 million.
Here's the Beaver County forecast on 95.7 and 99.3 FM. Along with 1230 WBVP, 1460 WMBA, and streaming at beavercountyradio.com.
We can expect mostly sunny skies today with a high near 61 degrees. It'll be partly cloudy tonight, going down to a low of 40. Sunny tomorrow with a high near 65. A chance of showers Thursday with partly sunny skies and a high near 67. Mostly sunny on Friday with a high of 70. And rain likely Saturday with a high near 61. That's a look at the news for now. I'm Curtis Walsh on 99.3 FM and AM 1230 WBVP, also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
Talk about what's happening in Beaver County or around the world on Teleforum. 724-843-1888. 724-774-1888. It's Teleforum with Eddie Crow.
First hour of this here Teleforum on Tuesday, right? Is that right, Sandy? Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay. It's always good to have somebody say, yes, good
Yes.
job. You can read a calendar.
That's right.
It's 25 minutes till 10 on this Tuesday. Sandy Egley, the Beaver County Treasurer, is my guest. This is being live Facebook streamed, so you can check this out. If you've got questions for Sandy, you can call, like always, 724-843-1888 or 774-1888. Before we went to news, we were talking about dogs and the dog licenses and the things that the treasurer's office does, and we were also talking about the foster cat that you've got.
Kitten. I was trying to think of how many times I've fostered, and I can't remember. I should have kept track. I try to take pictures of each group that comes through my house because it's, just memories.
What allows you to do that? Do you have pets in your home, or can you not have pets in your home?
I have 3 dogs.
Okay.
2 Chihuahuas that absolutely hate our guts. And then we have a golden.
Feelings mutual.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a golden who absolutely loves us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do the Chihuahuas not lose their mind every time?
Do.
Mom's back with another one?
Yes. And they look at us like that hate in their eyes. But, and they growl, and then they just go away. And they're like, I cannot believe they brought this cat.
It's like having a teenager. They growl and then they just go away.
Yeah. But
why do you do it?
Because there's a need, and I can. When the Humane Society calls me, it can be, during the day, and I have excellent staff that allows me to pop up to the Humane Society, pick up, 3 kittens, and I have a husband who is extremely understanding, and I drop these kittens off, and I'm like, okay, you take care of them. I'm going to work. And he does. He's on a moment's notice. We have all of the things that you need to make sure that the kittens, we always have, we have the formula, we have, we get the bottles from the Humane Society, we have the blankets, the heating pads, the cage. When they're little newborn kittens, you have to have this carrier that
it's every 3 or 4 hours. Yeah, it's every 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
They're either asleep or
Right.
you're trying to feed them.
Right. Yeah, because they're not pooping yet. They're little ones. They're peeing. So it's a lot of baby. Either they're crying, they're pooping, or they're sleeping. I mean, that's all there is.
Pretty much described my
your
last
life?
weekend. Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up. I didn't know you were offering foster services for that.
No.
What is the process to say, I want to foster a dog? Can you foster a dog too, or just?
No, I just do kittens.
Okay.
Kittens, and specifically newborns that need to have care. And sometimes they're sick. They have eye infections. They need the medicine, and you have to make sure that, you have the chart available to, mark down when they need this and when they need that. And then you have to take them back up to the Humane Society for checkups every 2 weeks and get weighed in and get their first shots. And it's involved. And there's not a lot of people in the county that can do that. And, that's just one of the things that we find important to volunteer to do.
Where do the kittens come from? That was a ridiculous. Let me rephrase that.
Under sheds.
Okay, they're found out in the street,
right under your porch.
Okay.
You didn't know your cat was pregnant, and I don't have the means to take care of them, or a mother was hit by a car.
Right.
I mean, there's many reasons or why. That this kitten, and it's odd to have just one kitten. We usually have a herd that comes into the house. It's odd to have just one kitten. And you and I have talked before. I'm partial to a tuxedo, and this one's a little tuxedo. So my husband's looking at me side-eyed like, we're keeping this, right? And no.
Why are you okay, tell people, if you don't know what a tuxedo, we're turning into cat people. We were supposed to be having a grown-up discussion. What color sweater are you going to get for your kitty for Thanksgiving?
So tuxedo is a black and white that wears like a shirt, like a tuxedo shirt.
And I have a tuxedo and I have a calico, so I know what it is.
And we had a tuxedo a few years ago, and he passed away, and so I'm partial. Because
did you question the Chihuahuas when it happened?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Didn't nobody know nothing, did they? That's when the Chihuahua don't speak English all of a sudden.
No hablo English.
No hablo feline.
Yeah, and he was a talker, and it's typical for tuxedos to be talkers, and they just love when you come into the room. They're a cool cat.
How much of this helps you balance your life? Because the Treasurer's Department can be a little squiffy, like any government job. How much more sane are you because you've got a 3-week-old cat at home kitten?
It's chaos in my house right now. Really. Yeah. I mean, for one,
why?
It's an election year.
Oh, well, it's an election year, but so, the cat weighs about 1.5 pounds.
It causes chaos. So, feeding, and the Chihuahuas insist that food that I'm giving the kitten is theirs. It's not, so you got a lot of chaos.
You can't reason with the Chihuahua.
So, but, we enjoy it. We like, sitting at home at night watching TV, and this kitten is going absolutely out of its mind, and it's demanding, attention, and it's biting my husband, and he's like, hey, and it's sitting on his head, and, it's just everywhere,
How much less tolerant would you be of that behavior if the thing wasn't cute?
I wouldn't. No, it wouldn't work.
There you go.
It wouldn't work.
It's the cuteness factor.
It is the cuteness factor.
Some animals are cute. We like them in our home. Other animals are tasty. We like them on the skillet.
I really encourage anybody who does have the time to go through the program with the Humane Society, and because you have to learn how to do this and have that equipment available at a moment's notice, to pick up one of these kittens, because the Humane Society doesn't have the staff to feed a kitten around the clock.
Right.
So, the kitten needs to be fed in the middle of the night every 3 hours.
It's a baby.
That's, it's
just a little furry baby.
It is.
All right. Let's go from cute animals to tasty animals. Walk me through how it went with getting your deer license with the new computerized whatever that was system, because I don't hunt. I didn't go through it.
Right.
How was it?
So we have a lot of hunters in Beaver County. We typically on any given year sold about 17,000 deer licenses. And I always say that I love, hunting season, because these hunters, even though it's not hunting season, they will come into my office in full camo to buy their hunting license.
Well, they're practicing.
I love that, and they're very happy. It's like, oh, it's hunting season.
Yeah.
I get to go away for the weekend. It's like golfers.
I get to get yeah. It's like a golf trip, but it's in the woods.
You're getting time away from your wife or husband
or cats.
But hunting licenses, they went online for the first time this year. Mm-hmm. The state program, and incidentally, the state program is run by Tyler Technology, which is the same Tyler Technology as the county is using for their reassessment.
For the reassessment, right.
So this year, so all of the hunters got online at the same time that day at 8 o'clock in the morning when the bell rang to get their hunting license, and the program went down. So,
well, I guess real quick, that's how it went.
Right. And then all of the treasurers were getting inundated by, hey, I'm number 53,000 in line. When am I going to,
Yeah.
But what they're saying is that next year, they hope that hunters that get hunting licenses in places that they hunt that never sell out, like we have zones. It's called a WMU. It's management. It's how the hunting program manages the deer herd, so that there's more deer in Beaver County opposed to Harrisburg. You're not going to get a lot of deer in Harrisburg in the city
Really?
or the city in Pittsburgh.
Really scrawny deer.
So there's deer management. How many you can sell in a given area. So they're asking hunters.
If I buy mine here, I can still hunt anywhere in the Commonwealth.
Oh, and that's very typical because a lot of these folks have camps in Elk, Cameron County, those types of
We're going
counties.
to Tionesta.
Tionesta, right, exactly, to fish, to hunt. And so they're asking these hunters that buy the hunting licenses in those areas that don't sell out just to wait a little bit. Wait a couple weeks until the people who are, really trying to get their license in places that sell out very quickly, the opportunity to get those licenses.
Do you think they're going to do that? Because I guarantee you there's somebody that's thinking, I'm going to get my license right now because if I don't, they're going to sell out. I mean, we're talking about sharing the information.
I would hope that they do, and we'll see next year. I don't know how. I really thought that I would have a lot more people coming into my office to buy their license because last year I sold about 17,000. This year I sold 1,500. So
is the assumption, or can you look at the numbers and know?
I know
the rest of them did do it online.
Yes,
yeah,
I do know. Yeah.
Well, but wasn't that the point from the Commonwealth?
That was the point. But one, I don't get to see them.
Okay.
Two, the county gets $1 for selling a license, every license. So now I'm about
16,000 or $15,000
short in my budget, right? And so, and that helps pay for my staff. So now I'm 15,000 in the hole that we have to make up.
How much more difficult right now is your job because we don't have a budget? The Commonwealth hasn't sorted out a budget.
It doesn't affect my office very much, but it does affect other offices that I manage their bank account. So there are probably 6 or 7 human services offices that rely on state and federal funding, mental health, Office on Aging, CYS. And I have made sure that they have a line of credit available. So when I came into office, I knew that county government, functions on making sure that we have the funds available. And so not having to go to the general fund to fund those types of offices, we have lines of credit that a mental health or CYS can tap into at a moment's notice and pull those funds in to use until the government starts paying again, because it will shut down and those payments will not come in. And prior to me coming in, they had to go to our general fund money and pull from that. And when you do that, that leaves less money that our county government can use to function.
That line of credit, where does that money come from?
So I go to the banks and make sure that they're giving me the best rate possible, and I have to do that continuously. I look at the bank interest and interview banks every year. And right now I'm doing that more often because the interest rate is so high. I make sure I pit bank against bank and say, hey, PNC is giving me a better rate than you here, and I need that better rate. So the interest rate is huge. In my 4 years, when I came into office, there were very few of our bank accounts that made interest. So I looked at, we have about 125 bank accounts that I have to reconcile every month.
Really?
Yeah. And there's a reason for that. You say, well, why can't you put it all into maybe 5? Because these grants that you get from the federal and state government mandate that you have to silo that account apart from all of the other general funds. So you can't intermingle
We'll
funds.
give you the money, but you can only use it for this.
Right,
okay.
Exactly. So you have to silo that money. So that makes 125 bank accounts. But in my 4 years, like I said, we had probably a handful of accounts that were gaining interest. I've changed that. Every single account that I can make money on, I am right now. In my 4 years, I've made over $6 million in interest. That goes into the general fund.
Well, then why isn't Ohio River Boulevard paved with gold?
I'm working on that. I've ordered the stone.
All right.
So
you've looked at it. You hadn't committed anything.
Right.
What's the most, I don't want to say fun, that's not right. What is the most rewarding part of your job?
Making county government better. The 4 years before I was county treasurer, I was county commissioner. And, I saw a need whenever the current treasurer decided to retire, or the previous treasurer decided to retire. I knew that there was a need to update the office, to do these things with the interest rate, to set this on track for whoever is the next treasurer. And I'm currently building a booklet that I can leave when I retire to the next treasurer, so that they know what to do when they come into office, whether it is Democrat or Republican. I will give that to them, because I do believe in a solid government. When I came into office, my office was shredded. The previous treasurer shredded all of the paperwork that was in there, and that's not the way that we should handle county government. So I will make sure that whoever is next treasurer will come in with some a booklet that they know what to do, when to do it.
Where can you affect change in a greater manner, as treasurer or as when you were commissioner?
They both have their ups and downs. Being county commissioner, you're one vote out of 3, and you need 2 votes to get anywhere. So that's tough. Being treasurer, I get my budget, and I don't have to ask anybody for anything that's in the budget. I make the decision that happens in my office. So that's one of the perks that I enjoy being treasurer, and just knowing that I can do all of the things that I knew that needed to be done in the treasurer's office, needed to be updated. Machines needed to be, implemented, bought and made sure that they're efficient. I just knew that, that the previous treasurer was there for over 20 years. Not a lot. We had, our staff didn't have any emails, so they had to learn email. So
what?
Yeah.
Really?
Right. Really? Yeah.
What? How did they communicate? Carrier pigeon?
Well, they would go to
I'm sorry, that's ludicrous.
They had to go to the first deputy or the second deputy and use their email. But right now, on our website, we have one of my deputies has learned how to do our website so she can make changes on our website.
So actually functioning as a multimedia. Okay.
And I've listed all of my staff. So if you want to call Gina, you can call Gina. You want to call Val, you can call Val.
What did I not ask you that I should have? We've got about a minute left. Sandy Egley, Beaver County Treasurer, is with me this morning. What should I have asked you? I got a name for the kitten, by the way. So
No. The answer is no.
What if it's a really cute name?
No.
Smedley.
The tax collection rate, so I am now collecting 95% of the taxes that I mail out, which is the highest it's been in 20 years. I can
say that sounds disturbingly high, startlingly high in a good way.
Either everybody really likes me or everybody's rich.
Okay. Smedley.
No, I'm telling you.
That's a great name for a cat.
That is not cute. Smedley?
Smedley's not cute?
No.
I think it's a one. If I was an imp, I would love the name Smedley.
No.
What are the Chihuahuas' names first off?
I went with Flowers.
Flowers. No wonder they're bitter.
Lily.
Oh my God.
And Sweet Pea.
You wonder why they have an attitude problem. Other animals, no. Your name's Lily.
Well, Lily was already named before we got her, and we got her because somebody tied her to the Humane Society door and left her there, and she was there overnight. So when they came,
she was a mourning Lily.
Yes, so we had to keep Lily.
Yeah.
And Sweet Pea we got as a friend, and Sweet Pea is not Sweet Pea. She is not nice.
Smedley.
No.
Sandy Egley, owner of a new kitten named Smedley. And Beaver County Treasurer. It was wonderful ranting back and forth.
My husband's going to call into you and say, please let her keep this.
You're going to keep the cat.
I'm not. No,
Follow Sandy on
not.
Facebook. There's pictures of this kitten, and you look at it and you go, oh, my goodness, they must have that forever.
Yeah.
You're going to keep
it's
the
going
cat.
Back.
And his name's, no, it's not. His name's Smedley. And I love him. You cannot send him away.
When accidents and injuries happen, you need the experience and insight of the legal